Hey, Taylor here with Richmond Podcast Studio, and I wanted to sit down with one of our clients, Tom Wilson, who he's got an awesome show. What's the show, Tom?
Blue Collar Tennis RVA.
Blue Collar Tennis RVA.
Yep.
So, Tom, I just wanted to really ask you about your overall journey so far working with Richmond Podcast Studio and what the experience has been like. So, before you even came to Richmond Podcast Studio, you just had this idea of a podcast. What motivated you? Why did you want to start a podcast?
Great question. So a couple of things. Fundamentally, I have a background in journalism. So I got a degree from Virginia Tech in communications. I was interested in being a sports writer. And then I went through some classes and I realized that most of the people in the classes were looking to change the world. And I'm not that person. So I sort of let that go for a while. I did some freelance writing, but then I started playing tennis years ago. My wife got me into it. And so I'm addicted.
Yeah.
And within the context of that, I realized there's a lot of stories and very interesting people that play the game.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, I saw some podcasts online with some more, popular folks that are more well known, and I said, you know what? I think an interesting take on this would be to do a more local
approach
version of some kind of either a podcast or a blog or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the podcast would be a better approach to try to reach a wider audience. I think easier for people to access, and then the video aspect of it makes it very interesting because people can see the person and hear what they're saying, and it's a better medium, I think.
Yeah.
So that was the impetus for all this.
Yeah. And what was then your journey? You were like, okay, did you think about like trying to like record any of this like yourself in your home or anything like that, or were you instantly kind of thinking, I need to find like a partner to help me with this?
So I am very technologically challenged, as you and I have seen over the course of these few months. You've had to help me through some very fundamental things, but the choice was obvious, as you said. It was either do it from my home or find somebody to help. And literally, I'll be honest with you, I Googled Richmond Podcasts. I didn't Google Richmond Podcast Studio. But when I Googled that, this came up first. I looked at it and I said, man, this is turnkey.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about dropping the reels. Don't have to worry about editing or anything else. And I said that to start this thing, that's probably the best way for me to go about it, just because of time and capability considerations. So in that regard, it made sense. It was an easy decision to go from the thought to the actual activation and actually doing the podcast.
Yeah. And one of the things we did in your journey was I ran you through our podcast kickstart strategy session.
Correct.
Right? Do you remember that? Yeah. Can you tell me what was that experience like for you? Was it a value to you? How was that helpful?
It was outstanding in that it helped to clarify everything. Initially, I had all these thoughts in my head going around. How do we do this? Who are we talking to? And you and I sat down and actually formalized it.
Yeah.
That made it easy again to progress from that conversation into the first one. I've done some public speaking. I'm a sales guy, so I know how to talk to people, but I've never been like this intimate with a recording studio or anything. So when I was able to come in here the first time and just sit down and talk to somebody, it's a great progression from the way you go through that Kickstarter program. You talk about everything. And regardless of how fundamental, and that helps you get comfortable for that first episode and to be able to say, okay, we're gonna move this way, and this is how you're gonna have your guests, and this is the way it's all going to work out. You guys even went so far as to do my logo and everything else.
Made your logo for the show. Yeah,
it's been I can't, I'll say this: I wouldn't be paying you if it wasn't as good as it's been. It's been a very positive experience all the way around.
Well, great. Yeah, I thought that session was great. It helps people kind of just take the idea that's swirling in their head and really like make it formalized and get it really clear on paper in terms of like what's the purpose of the show, right? Who's the audience? right? What's the experience going to be like? How are you going to market the show, right? How are you going to, what's the format going to be, and things like that. So I think it provided a great foundation for you to then, you had all your ducks in a row to get ready to record your first episode and things like that.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything, what else has kind of like surprised you or you've really enjoyed about the experience so far?
I would say the ease of the interactions. Regardless of who's doing the engineering, it's been very simple to sit down with folks and just have a conversation.
Yeah.
And there's no pressure. There's no, you're not beholden to some corporate, individual that's leaning over your shoulder dictating what you can say and what you can't say.
Yeah.
It's a very comfortable environment. The studio, everything's very professionally done and handled. Easy to schedule. After I got through the initial technical issues, easy to schedule, very accommodating.
Yep.
You ring the front door and you're in and you're on your way.
Yep.
So I think it's the ease of the process, the comfortability level, and just the efficiency with which everything is done is very helpful.
Yeah. We're able to like change the lighting in the room to match kind of the lighting we figured out for your brand and things like that. So I like how you bring in your little tennis rackets too and your props, which is cool. So to make it really feel like your show and things like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If someone was like starting out their podcast journey, they're thinking about kind of like where you were with just the idea, like why would you encourage them to consider Richmond Podcast Studio?
Again, back to the fundamentals of making it easy, making it comfortable. And just being able to have everything done for you. It's almost like a concierge service for podcasts, right?
Yeah.
So within the tennis world, we have people that are kind of like captains that we also call concierges because they do everything. And all you have to do is show up to play. That's kind of what this is. Yeah. I show up and play for an hour and a half or an hour or whatever, and I don't have to worry about anything. And, I send you occasionally a message, hey, I got a problem with this, and you get right back to me. The service is great. The studio's great. The everything that you guys do is just top notch, and it makes it simple. Yeah. Because you could turn this into I could turn this into a very complicated process in my house. Yeah, right. Trying to record, trying to edit, trying to do all that stuff, and then trying to drop it where it needs to go. And it just, I don't need to deal with all that. So it's been a great experience.
Well, it's been a great experience for us too, Tom. I appreciate it. So it's been great. It's been cool to see how you came in, you reached out, we ran you through that Kickstart strategy session. We got your logo made, we got you all the fundamentals stuff set up, your channel set up. Right now you've been rocking and rolling with recording and things like that. So I'm excited to see the continued growth of Blue Collar Tennis RVA. So if you're in the tennis community in Richmond, go check out Blue Collar Tennis RVA. It's an awesome show and podcast.
Yeah, so,
appreciate
Tom,
that,
Taylor. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's been great. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.